What's up, my peeps? Joshua Smithy with another weekly episode of Leveling Up. Every single week I come at you guys live here in the studio talking about different ways that I'm leveling up in my life, different things that I've learned, continue to learn in my world. So real quick, I know we talked about this before, but we've got a new group. Make sure to jump in this group, you guys, to make sure that you're not missing out on this content. We got a new Facebook group. The link is going to be below. It's a 100% free private Facebook group just for GSD mode listeners. It allows you to make sure you're not missing out on any content, but also go out there and mastermind with like-minded people all over the planet. So we're already at several thousand people. We started that group just a few weeks ago and already at several thousand that are in the group. So it's pretty epic. So make sure to jump inside that group. So let's dive on in today. So today I want to talk to you guys about becoming obsessed, right? So I just got done reading a pretty dope book, man. I'm actually reading it right now for the second time. It's called GoPro. So GoPro, like the fucking camera, right? So GoPro is as far as like entrepreneurs going all in, becoming a professional in your space. Now the book is meant for multi-level marketing or MLM companies, right? And I've been involved with some MLM companies. I'm not today, but I think MLM companies are great. It's a great way to get started in entrepreneurship. I know a lot of guys that are out there, guys and girls that are out there killing it in MLM companies. I know they've got a bad rap, but this isn't about MLM, right? You just don't have judgments to it until you've actually jumped in the game. But with the book, dude, I was able to apply so many of those tactics I learned inside that book into all my businesses. Even though, like I said, I'm not involved in MLM. I don't care what your real estate, if you're a mortgage broker, if you're selling cars, I don't give a shit. Read the book. It's a brilliant book. But I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that I thought were powerful in the book. I mean, there's a lot as far as follow-up strategies, how many encounters that you have to have with your consumer before they're going to really get engaged and be able to purchase. And again, different conversation tactics. So if you're in sales, it's a must-read for everybody. But one of the things I thought was really powerful in the book is he talks about the title, right? GoPro. So there's different types, different levels of people in the professional world. You know, you've got your amateurs, you know, you kind of got your wannabes. I can't remember the exact titles that he calls them. And then the people that go pro. Very few people in this life focus on going pro. You know, if you look at, like, let's say, like the average college graduate today, right? They go through, their 4 years of school, how many years of school it takes them to get through. They jump into their profession. Now, maybe their profession makes them, I don't know, take some continuing education credits here and there. Like, they're literally just doing the minimum to skate by. And then they do the minimum for the rest of their damn life, the rest of their career. They're not out there becoming immersed, obsessed at becoming the best person in their space. Like, I'm just here to tell you, if you want to go out there and level up and take your business, and let's just speak about business here in this Leveling Up episode. I know a lot of times we talk about other aspects of life. Right now, we're just going to talk straight up money, straight up business, right? If you want to go out there and take your business to the next level, dude, you got to be willing to immerse yourself in that. You've got to become obsessed. You've got to be willing to go pro. I was talking with a dude this morning on the podcast, and we were, talking about, hey, like when you go on football season, you go into a Buffalo Wild Wings on a Sunday. I made this mistake like one day taking my family. I didn't realize there was going to be 10,000 mofos in there on their laptops playing fantasy football. Now, I have no beef with fantasy football or sports. I mean, I personally don't like them. I'm not going to waste any of my time doing that. I have no judgment with people on that. But I sit there when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, man, if people would just apply that same energy and that they have maybe in these other hobbies or that they spend on entertainment, TV, watching other sports, being spectators in every aspect of their lives, to their careers, to their professions, and immerse themselves to that same level, think what could happen. The reality is, you guys, you will not go out there and dominate your space until you fully commit to being a true professional in your space. And I'm not saying a true professional is in like, oh, I'm going to be all buttoned up and how I dress and how I speak. I'm talking true professionals. What do? If I want to go pro in any sport or any aspect of my life, become world class, dude, I got to become obsessed. I got to become immersed in that space. I got to eat, breathe, and live that. You know, so one of the reasons that I've been able to be so successful in all my businesses, let's just talk about real estate here, because I've been able to become one of the top real estate agents on planet Earth, is because, dude, I got obsessed with it, right? And I'm still obsessed with it. I didn't just go out there and grind out 10, 12-hour days, right? I'd go out there and grind my 12, 14, 15, 18, however many hours it took for me to go get my job done. But that was my job. right? So during the day, during the hours, that's when you focus on your job. When you're focusing on your career, taking your career and your life and your business to the next level, that happens when eyeballs aren't on you. It's like in my mastery, my boot camp masteries with real estate agents, where I personally mentor real estate agents all over the planet. I tell them, dude, like mastery happens when eyeballs aren't on you. Go out there and operate in your space. Go home at night, see the family for an hour or two, invest that time. When they go to bed, when your competition's chilling, watching the game, watching TV, watching the movie, having a cocktail, that's when you immerse yourself in mastery, right? And dude, and if you're not willing to do that, you are not going to go pro. You are going to be mediocre or maybe, a decent, average, maybe even get to a okay, good level, whatever it may be, but you're not going to become world class. It's just the reality of it. Like, you got to be chips all in. It's like when I have sales guys in my organizations, and I'm like, talk about their self-development, because they all show up, dude. We all show up, and they're grinding out their calls, grinding out the hours. What I'm always looking for is, hey, man, I told you to go get this book. Did you read the book? Right? Did you listen to the book? Did you read the book? What tactics did you take out of this? Like, you got to immerse yourself in this stuff. Everybody in my organizations too, again, and I know I just talked about this, but I'm always telling them, dude, when you're here, this is what you need to accomplish for your job. Like the dude behind the camera here, Bobby, right? He's got a job that he has to do here in GSD Studios, editing all this epic content, whatever. Now he's learning some new skill sets that he has to learn on his own time. He's still got to get his job done. So he's having to invest evenings, weekends. He's involved in all these mastermind groups, doing all this other shit on his own time, because he knows that that's going to help level up his career. It's going to give him more opportunities with me inside GSD Studios, and even beyond that. The skill sets that he's learning, he can go out there and eventually create his own businesses and be able to take these skill sets and go out there and add that much more value to the marketplace and make that much more damn money. Right? So again, I could literally just sit here and talk about this all damn day with you guys. But you gotta go deep, man. You gotta go chips all in. You gotta be immersed. You gotta be obsessed. Otherwise, you are not gonna go out there and create big success. And I'm not saying that this has to be indefinite for the rest of your life, but you gotta be willing to do it for a while. You gotta be willing to live like nobody else for a certain period of your life, so then that you can live like somebody else for the rest of your life. Don't do the minimum. Don't do what everybody else does. If you are not gonna show up and give your fucking absolute best, just don't even get involved. Like the economy today is punishing people that aren't giving their best. Like just if you're not willing to give your best and go immerse all in and go all in, just accept then maybe that you're just going to be punished. You're just going to be average, right? Or quit being delusional about it. Get hardcore with it. Become obsessed, immersed. Get chips all in, and go out there and do this. I get asked so many questions, whether it's the podcast or the podcast that I'm on. When I'm a guest, I get so many questions about, lead generation and marketing tactics and all these things that are important, right? Oh, hey, man, how do I go out and increase SEO? How do I go out there and generate more Facebook leads? All this stuff's important, but very few people, in my opinion, ask the right questions of like, dude, like, what does it truly take? What do I have to sacrifice? What do I have to give up? How many hours is it going to take? How committed do I really have to be? Like those are the real questions that you got to ask yourself. So, for example, when anybody wants to meet with me for like a one-on-one meeting within really any of my companies for, let's say, a one-on-one coaching session, I always ask them a few things before I'm even willing to give them my time. Number one is what is the outcome that you want in this meeting? Like, I'm not going to jump into any meeting if somebody doesn't have clarity on exactly what they want to get out of this meeting or my time. My time's too precious to tolerate the unknown, right? So what is the outcome that you want in this meeting? Right? Like, what's your outcome? What are your goals that you want to accomplish? What are you currently doing right now to accomplish those goals and make those goals a reality? And the last question I ask is, what are you willing to give up and sacrifice in your life to make those goals a reality? And the crazy thing is, like, only 5% of people ever actually end up completing that questionnaire to me for me to meet with them. So if you guys do, if you're watching this and you're an entrepreneur that has, a bunch of people that work for you and your time's getting just so sucked up by people wanting to meet with you one-on-one, you become that like God-a-minute guy, right? That's a very good strategy to go out there and employ that will free up a lot of your time, so that way your time is only focused on the actual winners inside your organization. But dude, it's so critical to get clarity on that. Like, what are we willing to go out there and do, sacrifice, give up? What kind of hustle are we going to put into this? What kind of a level are we willing to immerse ourselves into this? And again, you guys, if you want to do it big, man, everybody talks about wanting to do it big, dude. You know, everybody wants to be the beast until they got to do what the beast does. Everybody's like, oh, I want this success. I want to do all this. Josh, I want to do what you do. And then I walk them through what I do. They're like, no, you're a freak. I'm like, no, I'm not a freak. I'm an average motherfucking dude that's just 100% committed to my goals. That's it. I'm not a freak. I'm nobody special. I don't have any gifts. I don't have any talents. I am just committed to turning my goals 100% into a reality. But I'm here to tell you again, dude, now starting right now in the middle of starting my 6th business, here to tell you, man, it's a tough place. Every single business that I've created and started has been equally as hard. It doesn't matter what space it's been, whether it's real estate, whether it's, you know, now we're jumping into the supplement game and we're going to have our own supplement company that we'll be talking more about with you guys shortly. Our first product's going to be a nootropic that's going to help you stay more focused and have more energy. Every business has the equal challenges, dude. They're all hard as shit. And you won't make it, or at least make it at a big level, unless you're willing to go pro, fully immerse yourself, chips all in, do the shit nobody else is willing to do, and truly level up. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to cut this right now because otherwise I'll keep freaking rambling and talking about this shit for forever. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Keep kicking ass, you guys. Keep living epic lives, and thanks for watching. Peace.